Seijin, Garon, and 2 red bears prepare for battle against a swarm of fire ants.
Giant red ants crawl across the uneven terrain towards the group of defenders in the woods.
Sejun asks Kung's mom about the situation, but she admits to being equally confused by it.
Kwang's mom looks ahead with a grim expression, noting that one thing is definitely certain.
She warns the group that the approaching insects are much more dangerous than they appeared.
The giant ants hiss and prepare to unleash their fire-based attacks on the group.
Kwang's mom delivers a powerful overhead strike, crushing one of the ants into the dirt.
Seijin calls out to Kwang as the small bear prepares to join the fight. Kwang's mom flexes her muscles and declares that she does not fear opponents like these. A fire ant leaps through the air with its mandibles open to strike the pair.
Garon intervenes with a swift blow, defending Kwang's mom from the jumping insect's surprise attack.
Kwang's mom cautions Garon against becoming overconfident while the battle is still actively raging.
Seijin realizes with alarm that the ants have already managed to move behind their position.
He shouts in surprise upon seeing that the entire group has been completely surrounded.
A massive swarm of fire ants circles the companions, blocking all possible paths for escape.
Garon dismisses his past failures, claiming he only struggled before due to the presence of poison.
He smashes the ground, confidently stating he can handle any number of these bugs now.
A notification confirms Garon's victory as Seijin praises the Guardian for his effective combat skills.
An ant suddenly lunges at Seijin, forcing him to draw his weapons for self-defense.
Seijin crosses his daggers to block a strike, feeling the immense physical strength of the creature.
He struggles against the weight of the insect, noting they are stronger than previous foes.
He takes a moment to observe that his own agility has also significantly improved lately.
Sejun refuses to be defeated and prepares to launch a counterattack against the fire ant.
His dagger strikes the insect's head, but it barely leaves a mark on the creature.
Seijin exclaims in frustration because the ant's outer shell is incredibly difficult to pierce.
The ant prepares a fire breath attack, glowing brightly as heat builds up in its mouth.
Kwang's mom calls for Seijin while Kwang cries out in fear for his father's safety.
A massive pillar of flame erupts, completely swallowing Seijin as the ant unleashes its power. Seijin remains unharmed within the fire, explaining that a protective flame is keeping him safe.
Kwang rushes to Seijin's side and uses his club to smash the attacking fire ant.
The small bear shouts in a rage, questioning how the bugs dare to attack his father.
Kwang's mom delivers another heavy blow, finishing off the ant and clearing the immediate area.
Seijin breathes a sigh of relief, deciding he can manage the current level of threats. He thanks Kun's mom and wonders about the mysterious origin of these aggressive fire ants. Seijin expresses concern that these ants are fundamentally different from the locusts they fought before.
He looks at a hole in the ground and states they must find the nest.
The scene shifts to thick foliage rustling as something moves deep within the forest shadows. Seijin and Kwang peek cautiously through the green leaves to observe the clearing ahead.
Seijin tells Kwang to be quiet while Garon and Kwang's mom wait behind her.
He whispers for the group to look over toward the center of the nearby clearing. They see the fire ants using their heat abilities to attack and burn several corrupted ents.
The wooden creatures are set ablaze as the ants swarm over their smoldering remains.
The ants begin to tear apart the fallen ents, preparing to transport the wood away.
A fire ant bites into a piece of the charred ant to begin its feast.
Garon realizes the ant population exploded by eating ants, which explains the forest's recent silence. Kwang wants to attack immediately, but Seijin holds him back and tells him to wait.
Sejun explains that ants have a natural instinct to carry their food back to a nest.
He decides to follow the ants so they can finally locate and destroy the main nest.
A bright sun hangs in the sky as the group begins their stealthy tracking mission.
Seijin takes a stealthy step forward as he carefully approaches the clearing. Seijin and Kung spot a swarm of ants gathered around a large rock entrance. Seijin notes the overwhelming numbers while Garon dismisses the insects as easy targets. Seijin checks the readiness of the bears and Guardian before launching their attack.
A loud battle cry signals the start of the group's coordinated offensive strike. The companions charge forward together to confront the encroaching sea of red ants.
The giant fire ants prepare to defend their nest from the approaching group. Queen's mom and Garon smash through the first wave of ants with immense power.
Kwang uses his wooden club to deliver a series of rapid, crushing blows.
The ants retaliate by breathing pillars of intense fire toward the blue Guardian.
Garon recoils in pain as his skin burns, realizing the ants use fire.
Seijin suddenly realizes he has a skill that can counter the ants' elemental attacks.
A blur of movement indicates that a new tactical maneuver is now being activated. The fire ants sense a change in the atmosphere and look up cautiously.
Sejun casts a spell to create dark clouds while investing his earned stats into magic power. Bright magical energy gathers in Sejun's hand as he prepares to release the spell. He commands a torrential downpour to begin, soaking the entire battlefield in water.
Rain droplets fall on the fire ants, visibly dampening their natural heat.
Sejun explains that the rain will weaken the flames while Garon enjoys the water.
Garon swallows a large amount of rainwater to fuel his own specialized attacks. The Blue Guardian unleashes a massive water cannon at the group of insects. A high-pressure stream of water slams into the ants, washing them away effortlessly.
The force of the water washes away the immediate threat of the swarm.
A notification confirms a victory while Seijin celebrates the success of their current strategy. Seijin points toward the ant nest and orders Geteron to destroy the entrance. Garen acknowledges the order and begins gathering more water for a final strike.
He fires a concentrated water pressure cannon directly into the heart of the nest.
The powerful stream of water clears away debris and penetrates deep into the tunnel.
A larger ant with glowing eyes begins to emerge from the flooded Tao.
Garen fires another blast of water to keep the emerging threats successfully at bay.
Seijin cheers enthusiastically because their plan seems to be working out perfectly.
He suddenly stops moving, shocked by a new and unexpected development in the clearing.
Seijin watches with concern as several massive armored insects emerge from the nest entrance.
Seijin is surprised to see soldier ants emerging from the nest to join the battle. A distant voice expresses relief that a long-awaited event has finally occurred.
A black dragon notes that his granddaughter has successfully completed her polymorph transformation.
A young woman with dragon traits stands inside a glowing circle of magic.